Hey guys, so who was able to get onto Canvas and see that I had posted 3 and 4 this morning? Has anyone had a chance to look at 3 and 4 and preview them? So just write in the comments if you are able to look at source 3 and 4. I'm going to need you to actually comment because I only have 30 minutes today because then I have another meeting online with my crew. Okay, so just woke up, so you haven't had a chance to look at it. If you want to go check that out and have Canvas up at the same time, that'd probably be pretty helpful today. Hey, Basma, the same thing. If you can go onto Canvas or look at your paper packet on source 3 and 4, that would be helpful for you today. Basically, all I'm asking you to do is to taco the political cartoon and to do the same process that we've been doing for the other documents to set up for our writing assignment, which will be, is this source supporting Japanese internment camps or not supporting them, and then finding the evidence that proves that and going up with some, following up with some reasoning. Hey, Jamiko, were you able to get onto Canvas and look at source 3 and 4, or do you have the paper packet? Both. Okay, cool. So source 3, the political cartoon, you're going to be tacoing. So time, action, caption, object, and then sum it up based on whether or not you believe that that source supports Japanese internment camps or does not support. So I did create a chart, but it's really hard to see. I don't know why it's so hard to see. And of course it's backwards because of the screen. Okay, so anyways, the first source that we had, do you think that it was supporting Japanese internments or not supporting it? So just to go over a little bit of a review. So first source, did it support Japanese internment camps or not support them? I'll just look in comments here and then write it up here on the anchor chart. So far, all of them have been the same. So what have they all said? Each source has said that they support them or they don't support them. I'm gonna wait. Support, exactly. So this is the same chart that you guys have in your, I'm just gonna move it up. So it's backwards, but it's the same chart that you guys have in your packets. So you should be filling this out in your packet or create your own in your notebook if you don't have the paper copy, or if you have the ability to type into it online, you're that technological savvy, then go for it. But you should be filling it in just so that you can get help and it's all organized for you when you write your paragraph on this, which will be probably in a week or so. So again, the first one was yes. We had a quote. Does anyone remember specifically from the first one and want to type in a quote and I can add it to our class chart? So yes, source 1 was support, and we know they've all been the same. Source 2 was support. So then today we're going to look at 3 and 4, but so those both supported it. do we have a quote that we can add to the evidence? And again, I know it's mirrored, so it's backwards, but you get the point. So can anyone find that quote or go look in their paper copy and type it into the comments for us? Just a quick review before we get into 3 and 4. So I know everyone's up to speed, and people that have not been watching the videos can just find this maybe a little bit helpful for them. So again, I'm asking for source 1 and source 2 evidence. So evidence that supports them. Really, D'Amico? Okay, evidence that supports Japanese internment camps. All of you should have this information already anyways from the other videos. Really don't have as much time as I normally do with you guys, so I want to make sure we're getting through this. Okay, so I'm going to go back to source 1 and look and see what I think Ponce ended up giving us the answer to. So I think we looked at it and it was in paragraph 2, and it was, yes, for a while, the striking power of Japan from the sea might not itself be overwhelming at any one point. Now, Japan could strike a blow which might do irreparable damage. So, Japan may strike. So, paragraph 2. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how I'm doing this so that hopefully you can add it to your own chart if you haven't. So basically, just writing the paragraph 2. Again, I know it's mirrored. I got to figure out how to change that. Maybe if I, no, that wouldn't make sense. Okay, so paragraph 2, and just a quote from paragraph 2. The fact that they were scared that Japan they were going to be able to attack from the west. Okay, so went over that one really quick. Actual military problems. Paragraph 2, or sorry, source 2, we looked at last Thursday. Does anyone remember what evidence we found from source 2 that proves that they also do not support this? Remember what quote we found? I'd really like some support from you guys here. All I'm seeing is Mariella still laughing at the fact that D'Amico was on the toilet, which was not necessary to write in the comments. Okay. Yes, exactly. That's what I just wrote up there, Mariellis. Thank you. So that was source 1. So Mariellis just gave us the quote for that one as well. So I'm going to actually, I'll end up resharing that into the comments at the end of this. It wouldn't let me type in the rest. Yeah, that's fine. That's what happened to Ponce last time too. Okay, so basically with that quote, reasoning would be that the American people were scared that the Japanese would end up starting war with the U.S. on our western front, or western coast. Okay, so source 2, really short source we went over on Thursday. Basically, I want you to look at that source now. Give us some things that we can put to our chart, our anchor chart here, Sorry, excuse me. And then we're going to go on to 3 and 4. We have about 10 minutes to do 3 and 4, and then I've got to head on to my crew meeting that we have. So going over source 2 again. Could someone, for those of you just joining in, we're looking over sources. I created this anchor chart, which unfortunately I'm having a hard time seeing. If I get out to a store today, I'll try and get a black Sharpie, but it's still not the right way. It's the mirror of the webcam is doing everything opposite. So I've given you the claim, of course, is yes for the first 2 sources we've already gone over. I'm giving you a piece of evidence from source 1, which is in paragraph 1. And then now we're looking at paragraph 2 again, and we'll be adding in where in source 2, where in source 2 is this information supporting Japanese internment camps. So again, we're on source 2. What quote supports Japanese internment? Okay, so someone other than Mary Alice, there are 8 of you in here. If you could all just put a thumbs up or something. Now there's 5. Okay, so people are jumping in and out. Now there's 4. If you guys could just let me know who you are in here. Napoleon, stop. Stop it. Just so I can give you credit for being here, because I can't see who's actually watching. So if you could just let me know who you are, that would be awesome. Then we're going to tacos the political cartoon together. Okay. Without Ponce and Kyrie, I'm getting silence here. Okay. To conclude, otherwise is to expect that children born of white parents on Japanese soil sever all racial affinity and become loyal Japanese subjects ready to fight and necessary to die for Japan. Exactly. So Japanese subjects. Okay, can you give us the line number? Where that line starts for that source? Hey, Miss Faircloth. So, line 3. Okay, so it starts at line 3. And again, everything that I'm writing here on my anchor chart, that's, of course, hard for you to see and mirrored the wrong way. I will be writing all of these answers into the comments so that you have them for your Canvas. Okay, so next, we're looking at our document 3. So if everyone could get out source 3, which is the political cartoon, which is actually source 2, white parents in despair. Yes, thank you. So thank you, Basma and Mary Alice. And you'll be getting some extra points from me for sharing out. I'm going to start doing a chart for that too. Have my actual TAs that help me out in here, so it's not just complete radio silence. Okay, so when you're looking at source 3, it's a political cartoon. What time period is this? So we're looking for the T. What time period is going on? When we look at time period, it doesn't necessarily have to be a date. It's just what we're studying at the time. So what are we studying currently? What time period? No one knows what time period we're studying? What do all of these documents have to do with? What war are we going into? I'll give you that hint. It's a war. What war are we scared is going to reach the western coast if we do not put the Japanese in internment camps? Mary Ellis, Basma, D'Amico. Okay, so it's Japanese exclusion, but why are we excluding them? What war is going on in Europe primarily? What's the really famous war that people always talk about? What's the book what war did you just read a book about in your ELA class? What war was that? What war did you just have a quiz on Canvas about? Okay, 1942. So you're giving me a date. So yes, dates are good. So what war is going on during that date? World War II. Yes, thank you. Good collaboration there. So World War II is the time period. So time period, World War II for your tacos. And that is going to be your Canvas assignment for source 3. So now action. What is going on in the political cartoon? So what are they doing? What are they doing in that political cartoon? Yes, Basma, World War II. What does it look like they're doing in this political cartoon? What are they on? Bringing people who are loyal to the US somewhere. So California-born Japanese citizens loyal to the United States of America. So if you are, exactly, so the action is bringing Japanese out that are loyal to the US somewhere else. So are they allowed to stay in their homes? Are they allowed to stay where they've been living for years, possibly decades? No, they're not allowed to stay there. So is it still, so this document, if they're not allowed to stay in their homes, even though they are loyal, are they being exploited? Hey, Ponce, are they being exploited? Or are they being excluded? You're saying, would this be supporting Japanese internment camps? If they're bringing them somewhere else? Do you think that they're not supporting them because it says that they're loyal? I'm asking in our political cartoon, source 3, are they supporting Japanese internment camps in this political cartoon? If they're asking the Japanese that are loyal to leave their homes, are they supporting Japanese internment camps? So I'll write that question. Does source 3 support Japanese internment camps? When you think of internment camps, I know you go to like the most negative thing possible, like the Holocaust. But some internment camps is just basically moving them. So if they're moving them and they're being excluded, is that fair, even if it's a nice area? Are they being treated equally? No, exactly. So they're being removed, so they're not being treated equally. So then does this source support Japanese internment camps? Yeah, it supports them. So we're going to add another yes to source 3, which again, I know is backwards, but you see how we're doing this, adding the quotes, making sure that we're adding this into our actual paper copy. Now we want to say this in our analysis of the political cartoon. So our analysis is basically they are being excluded. So this is not equal. They can't stay in their homes. Okay. So they are being asked to leave their homes. So this is a form of exclusion. Sorry, I'm distracted by the rain. It sounds like something's leaking in my house. Okay, so we came up with that. We don't really need to go through the caption. We all know that the caption is all packed up and ready to go from sourcing. So I'll just give that to you so we can move on. So that's the caption. Objects should be very easy for you guys. Why don't we share out some of the objects really quick? So objects that you see. So any objects that you see in the photo. American flag, good. So they're definitely trying to spin this and make it seem like it's okay to exclude Japanese people, and they're loyal and the military is helping them, and definitely trying to put a positive spin on it, but it's still not positive because they're still being forced to leave their homes. What else do I see? I'd like to hear from Ponce, one object that you see, and Basma and D'Amico, if you're still in here, an object that you see. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little bit more time to share out and try and get some points here. Then we really have to move on to source 4. Can you put the evidence? Yeah, the evidence is what I already wrote right up here, because here, I'll repost it. They're being asked to leave their home, so this is a form of exclusion, and this supports internment camps. Yes, I put them all on Canvas this morning. It was kind of a late upload. I'll be uploading 5 and 6. Yes, they're all up there. I'll be uploading 5 and 6 today for Thursday. It's published. Check again. I'll go and look again too, just to make sure. It's in assignments. Yep, source 3 and 4. It's published. It says 330, source 3 and 4, Ponce. It's in your section. Okay, so I'm not getting any objects here. You might have to So yeah, try to refresh your browser again, since I did just add it today. Okay, so I mean, Mary Ellis is going to get her credit for giving me an object. The rest of you, make sure you have at least 3 objects when you're sending this in to me on Canvas. And I'll type that in there. 3 objects. That's about what we always do in class. Okay, and the S we already did because the S is the evidence that we made that analysis on the evidence. Okay. Oh, a truck. Yes, Phasma, thanks. So you see a military truck. Okay, so we're going to move on to source 4. So, yeah, moving the people into the van as well, thank you, or the cargo truck. Source 4. So I know a lot of you didn't get a chance to look over source 4 yet, so I'm going to give you some time to look over that really quickly, and then we're going to find if it supports internment camps, or if it does not support internment camps, and then I really have to go because I have another crew meeting. So we might have to go live tomorrow or something for source 4 because I'm not really giving enough time for source 4 right now. Never looked at mine. I'm not sure what you mean, Potts, but I look over all the Canvas things, so I'll look over it again today. But again, let's just preview source 4, and then if I have to add it into Thursday, I will, and we can go over source 4 more on Thursday. So quickly, source 4, we want to look here. Editorial from the San Francisco newspaper, March 6, 1941. There are 4 paragraphs. I've given you some of the vocab in the YouTube comments. So if you're having any trouble with it, I'm going to just start reading it. Japanese leaders in California who are counseling their people, both aliens and native-born, to cooperate with the Army in carrying out the evacuation plans are, in effect, offering the best possible way for all Japanese to demonstrate their loyalty to the United States. So paragraph 1, paragraph 1 overall, we already have an idea of what their opinion is. So paragraph 1 shows us, hi, Ms. Faircloth, I'll see you in a second in Crew Live. Paragraph 1 shows us that basically what? Finish that sentence for me and then we'll come back to this source on Thursday. Paragraph 1 shows us that. I'd like to see everyone in here finish that sentence. I'll read it again. Japanese leaders in California who are counseling their people, both aliens and native-borns, to cooperate with the Army in carrying out the evacuation plans are, in effect, offering the best possible way for all Japanese to demonstrate their loyalty to the United States. So we see a common word from the last document in there. Common word of loyal. So it shows us that what? Would this document be agreeing with the last source? So does source 3 and 4 go together? Yes, they're trying to evacuate the Japanese people again, and they're saying it in defense of what? Their reasoning for Japanese people to leave is so again, we're supporting evacuation. So we got a yes again right here to our chart. To demonstrate their loyalty. Yes, thank you, Mary Alice. You're awesome. Okay, so it demonstrates their loyalty right in paragraph 1. You don't even have to keep reading the source. You should keep reading the source to see if there's better information, but basically demonstrate their loyalty. There you go with that piece of evidence. And then you basically just have to go into your reasoning to answer the rest of that question. So reasoning we didn't get to. You know that I'll review the source again on Thursday, along with source 5 and 6, and I will have them on Canvas tonight before 3 o'clock. Okay, so you'll have source 5 and 6 added tonight as well that we will go over on YouTube Live at 12 on Thursday. Sorry that this was a little bit shorter than normal. I guess it really wasn't. It's 30 minutes. It just took a little bit longer. So if you need to, this will be uploaded. All the comments will stay to the side. It's a live chat like always. And if you need help with figuring that out, you can text me on Remind and I'll show you how to look at all the live comments if you're having problems with seeing them. But again, went over source 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's okay. Thanks, Thomas, because I was confused. What are you confused about? I can answer like one more question before I go do my other live. Or you can text me on Remind. I did go pretty fast with the source 3 and 4, so. Ponce, do you want to just text me on Remind and I can get back to you that way? Oh, yeah, the whole pack, there's 8 sources total. So we'll get through all the sources by the end of next week. And then I'll start coming on here to help you with any trouble you have with writing. So I'll probably give some sentence starters for people that need it. Bye, Mary Alice. Thank you so much for helping out. And all of that. Like I'll have sentence starters. We'll go over what claim you're going to make, whether or not they should or should not have been, what claim you're going to support. And we'll see if we can get a little Zoom going on and a debate with the people that are loyal to this YouTube following. And maybe we can set up a Zoom. Okay, thank you. Thanks, guys, for coming live with me and helping me out with this source. And I'll see you on Thursday. Again, text me whenever through Remind to get any help that you need. Bye.